we're going to go into the armbar now, and we're going to talk about kind of its applications in a lot of different respects. One reason I like the armbar was one of the first techniques I got into. When I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I was, I think, 17, and I was the scrawniest kid, little guy. There were a lot of techniques I couldn't necessarily pull off on people bigger and stronger than me. Good thing about an armbar is I'm using my entire body against the other person's arm. Particularly if they're not super trained in jiu-jitsu, when they're in your closed guard, it's not all that hard to actually get this attack. So if Josh hypothetically is a big strong guy, he just took me down, I need to defend myself, armbar in my book is one of the most solid ways of going about defending myself. So as I'm here, if we're working with the gi, in this case I'm going to get a cross grip on Josh at his neck. This can set up other attacks later on. If I don't have a gi to grab onto, I can grab over the back of his shoulder here, or I can hypothetically grab the back of his neck. In this case, we're going to get a nice collar grip. I'm going to grab his sleeve, or I'm going to grab his wrist. Doesn't really matter. If it's gi, I might as well get his sleeve. It's nice and firm grip here. I'm going to take my foot on the same side of his arm, and I'm going to put it on his hip. Now the reason I do this, one of the most important reasons I do this, is because if I have this arm of Josh's, and he knows that I'm going to try to do something to it, he's probably going to pull it back and not let me have it. However, if I have this grip and I lock it in with my elbow, and I also put my foot on his hip and bring my knee behind that foot, and I pull down with this grip, get that arm back, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder. Even if he's a bigger, stronger guy, just the fact of the matter is I'm occupying this space. He's not going to be able to get that thing back. At which point I need to focus on cutting my angle and getting to the attack immediately. I do not want to spend time underneath Josh. I don't want to be getting crushed by someone bigger and stronger, so I'm going to look to spin off to my angle. I'm going to essentially do that with the momentum from my right leg. So my right heel, in this case, is going to swing across to his opposite shoulder, here. As my right heel swings to this opposite shoulder, now I'm still pulling this arm actively to my chest. My other leg, keeping my grip in, my other leg will come over the head. I'll now release this grip, knees tight, heels down, and I'm going to lift up at the hips to get my finish. And you can see here, who's on top of who more right now?
You're on top of him, coach.
Yeah, I have a lot more weight on Josh than he does on me. So the ideal for any good submission from bottom is for me to actually get his weight off of me. I do not like having people's weights on me. So when I get to this armbar properly, I've swung off so far to an angle that now it's the weight of my legs and my hips pressing down on his shoulders, his upper body. It's actually knocking him down more so than crushing me. So right back up there. So real fundamental setup, I'm here again. Grip on the inside. If I didn't have it, I'll get a grip on the outside collar. If I didn't have it, I'll just grab the back of the neck. I can work with the wrist grip as well. So this is a variation if we don't have the cloth. Back of the neck, foot on the hip, this knee's gotta be tight. This is gonna ensure whether he's a big strong guy, whatever, this arm is gonna be mine, at least for the time being, to be able to work and set up with. Now, as I swing off to my angle, it's all the momentum of this right leg. So my heel swings to the opposite shoulder and my head swings out. Notice I push his head at the same time. This leg comes over the top, knee flush to the back of his neck, knees tight, lift the hips, get my finish. Okay?